Welcome to the roundtable. This is episode 79, and we are back at it. Good to see you, Nobi. And we have a few more people in the house. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're in here. Say what's up. It helps to get the show out there for everyone to see. Hold on, let me move things around a little bit. I had to change my setup a little bit because a sneaky little one was in here playing with my stuff. So now it's all messed up, but I think we're good. Let me go ahead and bring in the crew. Let's get started. Hey, Jesse, good to see you too. Good to see both of you. And let's get it cracking. Okay, we got our mysterious gentleman from the Central Cali coming up. Let's bring him on in. Welcome.
Hey, what's up, Jen? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm okay. A little out of it, but I'm good. I'm here.
Yeah,
I'm here.
you're
Let's
here.
go.
That's what matters,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Oh, and let's bring in
Oh,
our
hey,
blonde
Jen.
bottle and get it cracking.
And shout out to Northeast as well.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah,
Hey,
what's up,
Denise.
guys?
Oh,
Hey,
Hey,
Fred. Hey,
hey,
sis.
good. How you guys doing?
Good.
good.
Yeah,
It's been a crazy week. How about for you? Like, you guys doing good? I feel like
Yeah,
it's wild right now.
yeah.
always. It's always crazy.
Yeah, it definitely is. So
Okay.
we've got some stories we'll get into, but let's just start with our week. Fred, I'll start with you. Just I always go like in order of how
Okay,
we're set up here. Let's talk
okay.
about how your last week was. What did you do? Anything we need to hear
Oh,
about?
where do I start? Where do I start? I
Give
had
us
a
the
busy
juicy
week.
details.
I had a really busy week, right?
Good to see you, brother.
Um, the one?
I said good to see you, brother. Cholo
Oh,
Truckers in the
hey,
house.
fellow trucker. Hey, what's up, my brothers? No, you know what? I had a busy week, man. I had a real busy week. Let me see. Well, spend time with my girlfriend. That was one,
Hey.
you know. And thank you. And then next day was it? I went and shout out to Chicano Tube. Excuse me. I was on Chicano Tube
Mm.
on was it Friday? Friday, I think it was Friday or something like that.
Hold on.
Um, yeah, I was on there. Uh, on on Saturday, I went out to shoot for a project I'm bringing to my channel. Hopefully, bringing well, not hopefully, I'll be bringing it to my channel maybe in a week or two. I
Nice.
could bring it up maybe this week, but that'd be rushing it a little bit. Shout out to Chris Leone and Gasp Uno for the help and everything on that, man. We doing awesome. You know what? Let me stand on this a little bit. I'm very excited about this project I'm working on right now. As a matter of fact, I'm in the editing process right now. It's pretty much already done,
Mm-hmm.
but it's bringing it out to our to the public of where we're at. You know that we're not just in the middle of nowhere kind of deal. You know what I mean? And it's showing something good for everybody. You know. Um, hey,
There he is right there.
hey,
Thanks.
what's up,
There
thanks.
we
Thanks.
go.
And yeah, I'm really proud of this project. I don't know what it is about it. I'm just a lot more enthusiastic about it this time around. You know,
Good.
with this.
Okay.
Um, but I'll be putting up once it's in the can, I will be putting up ads for it because I really want people to see that. Um, the
So is
other
this
thing
like a
too,
video? Like, what is this?
yeah, it's a
I
video.
know what
It's
it
a
is, but
video. Yeah, it's a video. You know, for everybody to enjoy. I mean, it'll be nice. It'll be a nice one. You know.
Okay.
Um, so and then I had an appointment today.
hmm
So I'm a little you know a little out of it. Not mentally, but just
Right?
physically a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and I believe tomorrow I have the first recording session of 2025.
oh, nice.
So going into
Nice.
but do some new music and stuff. So
Oh,
yeah,
Okay.
so
All
tomorrow
right.
I'll be doing that. Shout out to the Underhogs, man, and everybody else, and my nephew Eddie, and
Yeah.
and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna get into my rap mode here, guys. But
Shout out to all those
yeah,
guys.
the what now?
I said, yeah, shout out to all those guys. That's
No, yeah,
exciting.
That is exciting, man.
no,
Yeah.
and and being on Chicano too was an experience, man. I mean, I shout out to them, to Mr. and Mrs. Chicano
Yeah.
too for the hospitality, good people.
Mhm.
Excuse me, good people, and
Always.
it was great being there, man. It was really great being there.
Yeah,
So
that was cool.
yeah,
How far away
yeah,
is
that was my week.
their place?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
I tapped in for a few minutes that I could just to show you, like, okay, I'm here.
yeah,
But
yeah. I saw you on there. I was like, hey, and I saw Spanx on there as well. Thank you,
yeah,
Spanx.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was on my TV. I didn't tap in on my phone, so I didn't.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
no, you're good. You're
I
good.
watched it, but
So when it's on the TV, because I never really watch YouTube on TV, you can't comment, right? When it's
no.
on the TV. Okay.
Yeah, no, you could just watch it. Like I have you
Yeah.
right here, right now on my TV, but I can see on the chat. I mean, I could see it on my computer too, but I'd have to have it really small.
Yeah. Gas one.
But
Hey,
yeah. Otherwise, you have to use your.
this is the guy here, Gas One.
Oh
That
really? Okay.
Gas One that went for me on that shoot, and man, hey, just to let him know, I'm pretty much done with the editing. I'm just gonna. I saw the first rough cut, and I went back to do some changes, and I'm redoing it again right now. Just transcoding it again right now to watch it again with the changes I added, and we're good. Hey, hello, Margaret. How you doing? Good to see you around here. Good to see
Yeah.
you around here.
Big stomps.
Look at that. Hey, Big Stomps. Shout out to Big Stomps, JoJo, and AZ, man. Love and respect.
Always good to see you, Jojo.
No, yeah, definite, man. Hey, Floyd.
Stop.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
yeah,
That's
that
man.
cool.
was
That's
exciting.
really cool. I'm excited for you.
No, thank you. You know what? And I'm excited to bring it to you guys as well. I think you guys will enjoy that. And and bring a little history. I'm bringing I don't mean to keep taking up more time with that. Bringing shine to our area. Let's just put it that
Yeah.
way. We're
You want to
bringing more
set
shine
people
to our area.
straight, huh?
Yeah,
You want to
yeah,
set people
great
straight. Yeah.
content, good stuff. So I'll leave it at that. Because I'm
Okay.
getting too excited. I'm going to spill my beans here.
I know, right? You got to save a little something. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I got to save
For
it.
you,
Got to save it.
Yeah.
right? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's go on to our sister here. Denise, tell us about your week. What you got going on?
Well, my weekend. It was Melvin, my husband's birthday on
Yay.
Saturday.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Thank
Melvin.
you all you guys. Thank you all you guys for your shout outs. Just
Yeah.
he saw
definitely.
them, he saw
Good.
everybody. It was pretty much a middleman telling him everything. Everybody said, send the message and
Yes, sir.
whatnot. Saturday, so Saturday we were going to LA. He wanted to eat at this sandwich place, and we ended up changing plans because the fires and all. It would have just been a whole like detour of how to get there, where, what streets, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
So we didn't go there. We went to Temecula.
Yes, thank
It's
you.
out here by a couple cities over. But there, my daughter looked up this barbecue spot, and I don't know if you guys remember the guy from Breaking Bad. Oh man,
Oh, the actor,
the chubby guy, the chubby guy.
what'd you call me?
Sorry,
What'd you call me, Denise? No,
Ah!
sorry.
Anyways, he owned that place, and my mind went blank on what's his name.
I never really got into the show.
Anyways, he owned that
Hey,
spot.
shout out to Pocho One, man.
Tapping
I'll have to
in.
get back at you guys on the name, but he owned that spot, and we went there, and it's had dinner. It was nice. Walked around. They kind of had like this old town spot where they had like antique stores and stuff like that. So we walked around. We did that. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Yeah. You guys, one second. I'm sorry. I should have said this in the beginning. House will be back next week. He's taking care of something. I should have mentioned that right from the beginning. So suspense that. He'll be back next Tuesday. Go ahead, sis.
That's okay. And then so that was Saturday. We ended up going to this Bass Pro Shop. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
Yeah.
It's a huge place out here. But they made one right here in Irvine.
Hi,
and
Tim.
it's small. It's not a big. It's kind of like your Target type.
Yeah.
It's not that big, but the one in Rancho, there's another one. Hi, Teresa. There's another one out in Rancho, and it's big. It's a huge. The like that's the place to go if you're gonna go to Bass Pro. Go to
Okay.
that one, and it's just really huge, big place. We went there on Sunday. That Melvin was like, "My birthday's over." Blah blah. I'm like, "No, it's not. You celebrate all weekend, shoot, all month if you have to, all year."
Yeah.
But he enjoyed himself. Yeah, he had a good time and just hung out. Did all that this weekend, and it was all about him. Did whatever he wanted to do. Hung out
Nice.
with the girls. Yeah.
Nice. I gave him a call when I was driving to a different location for a shoot. I gave Melvin a call real
Yeah.
quick and
He
wished him
always
happy
enjoys.
birthday.
Yeah, he enjoys
Yeah.
that. He enjoys when he
Yeah.
talks to you.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Definite. Yeah,
And
man. That's
well, that
cool.
was it. That was pretty much what we did this weekend. Like I said, it was just his day, his weekend, and a
Right.
little bit of things changed, but um,
Mhm.
I just that too. I want to extend my prayers out to the people in LA. I don't know if
Oh,
you want
God.
to talk
Yeah,
about your weekend, sis?
that's what we were going to jump into next. And
Not so bad.
uh,
What did your weekend look like?
my weekend, oh my gosh, my weekend looked like a whole lot of prepping. You guys, my youngest, this is her first night ever away from home. She's at science camp, and I'm like panicking a little bit inside because I've never even let her have a sleepover before. So I don't know what to do with myself. I think I
Is she
packed,
there for a week?
Oh, wow.
huh?
Is she there for a week?
She's there till Friday.
Oh my god!
I'm freaking
Wow.
out.
Enjoy.
I
Oh,
literally,
enjoy.
girl,
Gee.
I know, but I
she's
sent my girls went to camp too, and it was
yeah.
tough.
This is her first time away from home, but she was
Especially when
really
they're
excited. I was up almost all night, like just going through her bag again and again and double checking everything, labeling things. And my other daughter's like, Mom, chill out. Like, you're going to make her that weird kid with that crazy mom. I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Mhm.
But I know she's having fun. So I'll be happy to see her though Friday.
Yeah. Do you get to talk at all on the phone, anything like that,
No.
or everything's just cut off?
No, everything's cut off. They don't even have no Wi-Fi there. So they can't take their phones, just a disposable camera.
Mm-hmm.
And you can send them with, I think they said 4 pre-addressed and then with a stamp on it, the envelope and the paper so they can write you a letter. I'm like, by the time it gets to me,
Right, she'll be home. Yeah.
you know what I mean? She's going to be home already. So
Yeah.
shout out.
Oh man, I remember my sister coming home from camp with this different song. I remember the songs too today, but different
Really?
songs that they sang, and it sounded. I didn't go. I wasn't able to go, but it sounded like a good time. So I'm sure
Aw.
she'll remember some stuff and tell you all about it.
Right? You know she is, JoJo. She's like a little she loves nature. She loves animals. She's like in her element right now. I already know it. So
Yeah. And I'm sure they do have like emergency if you really, really need,
Oh yeah. I got all the numbers, girl.
Right?
I got all their numbers. I'm like, I even said in the office this morning, I'm like, I need to know who's gonna be there. They're like, we got it covered. I said, I know, but I need to know. Like, just put me at ease, please.
Right?
It's all
Write
good.
the name down.
Got right, and with I'm not gonna say the date just for my other daughter's privacy, but I will have my grandson this week. He is
nice. Oh my god.
scheduled to be delivered this week.
Wow.
So that'll be exciting. And once he is here, I'll make a little announcement and share that joy with you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Can't wait to do it. Nice. Nice.
Right? That's what my week's like.
Dude, that sounds.
I was going to mention that I think it's wearing black makes you look skinny. I think it's a myth. No, absolutely. I
I'm
Yeah, I
like, are
did
you
a double
talking to
check.
me or like?
No,
I
no, me. I
was
did
like,
a double check
damn,
on my feed. I was
fire.
like,
I
hey,
You live
know.
Mike,
far away.
your camera angles here, buddy. Your camera angles here. Like, hey, boy, like, what the heck? Like, you just added extra pounds there, but hey, it's cool. It's cool. It was a white lens.
How funny. You're
Anyway, no, I just like, and all of a sudden I got these casting calls to play Big Pun. No, no, bro, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Both of them. Oh no, but no, yeah. No, but anyways, guys, I'm sorry. I had to bring a little humor
Oh,
in.
that's
So.
funny. I love
right.
when
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Casa will be back next Tuesday. He's
Yes,
taking care of
yes,
something
he's
today.
fine. He's
He
fine.
will be back next Tuesday.
Mhm.
So you mentioned that you guys went to eat in LA, Denise. That kind of leads us right into the big topic that everyone's sort of seeing on the news and all over the world. I even had a family member that lives in another country send me a text message and ask if I was okay. And I'm like, girl, I am way far away from that. But, you know, people in other countries are even sending their love and prayers and support. So what
Yes.
do you know about these wildfires that we're hearing about in LA?
What I've heard, what I've heard is that one of them, and I think it's the one in
Hmm.
Palisades.
Mhm.
They made a citizen's arrest on this homeless guy that had a torch, one of those I guess a fire torch.
Okay.
But they did arrest him. They got him for arson. They arrested that guy. Not too much. You don't hear anything that much about him. So I'm guessing that they can't really say anything because it's a investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this was the northeast LA. I'm gonna name some names that I got. So Jamie Lee Curtis was one of.
You there, sis?
These are one of many of the.
Okay.
Um,
You
so
froze for a
Jamie Lee
second.
Curtis.
Okay.
Oh shit! Am I good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Okay. Then Joan Rivers. Her name is Melissa Rivers. Joan Rivers, the late Joan Rivers' daughter. Her house got burned down. Paris Hilton, Billy Crystal. I don't know if you guys remember Spencer and Heidi from that TV show, The Hills.
Yes.
Their house got
What's up?
caught blaze. Yeah, there's so many, you guys. So many. That's just like tip of what I just was able to grab today.
Wow.
There was also Dennis Quaid and Steve Gutenberg.
Yeah.
Steve
Right.
Gutenberg is
Wilson came out, but he was just talking about like they were showing him on the news just packing his car.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
A lot of people don't know Steve Gutenberg, but he's the guy that played Mahoney on the Police Academy movies.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The
that's
big
so
series.
okay. I know who you're talking about. I have his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. That puts it in perspective. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had just looked up this little, I was wondering how many people it affected that's reported anyways. We know there's much more than is reported at this point, but it said 88,000 residents remain under mandatory evacuation as of today, Tuesday. At least 12,000 structures, including homes, have been demolished. And it said that when I looked this up, it said at least 25 people have perished in the LA fires. 18 in the Palisades fire. I'm sorry, 8 in Palisades and 17 in the Eaton fire. So our condolences, rest in peace, and our prayers are out to everyone either affected. It's pretty crazy seeing those images on TV and being shared, the stories that are being shared by neighbors and things like that.
It looked like a battlefield out there.
Yeah.
Like a battlefield out there, like it was the nuclear explosion in a sense, it's just like wiped out, like to the ground, man.
On the Pacific Coast Highway, that's such a, well-known highway.
Yes.
Like everybody talks about taking our trip down that way and the homes that you see there. And the part that you showed that was just really burnt to just the framing of even some of it. And then the rest is just demolished.
So much stuff filmed there, you know what I mean? And one of the classics that's filmed on Pacific Coast Highway is Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke. The ending is on there. You
Right.
know, there's
That's
a lot of stuff
funny.
there's more to that. I'm saying, but that's one of the things that's it's sad to see. You know, sad to
Yeah.
see. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of
A lot
TV
of
shows as well.
directors, producers, they live up there. That their homes got burned
Yeah,
down too. I don't.
Yeah. Look
yeah.
at, thank
There's
you
so
AZ,
many.
for sharing that. AZ, he says a quick message to our neighbors from Arizona, or I'm sorry, from our, I have family members in Coton and Banning, not affected by the fires, but I know you guys are far north. That's great. Still sending mine. Yes, definitely
Yeah.
appreciate that and sending that forward to everyone. So
For sure.
me as well. Like it's hard, just like you have mentioned before, Janice, when you hear about something that happens in like Fresno, right? And you're like, "Are you okay?" It's
Yeah.
hard for me to guess like where you or house or Chola Trucker are in
Yeah.
distance to the fire. So I, worry about you guys. All I know is you guys are south, and I hear LA fires, and
Yeah.
you know, so I
Well,
have
That'd be the closest one to LA from like house and Cholo Trucker's probably the same distance, but he's more north of me.
yeah,
But yeah, it only takes like maybe an hour to get down there to downtown.
yeah.
The Palisades is a little further
Mhm.
too.
It's like
So
it's like 2 hours from the harbor area or something like
yeah,
that, or an hour, no, hour and a half or something.
I'm thinking an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But all our like whole sky over there is like it's all black.
That's what I was going to ask next. Are you feeling or seeing any of the like breathing issues from the smoke, or is it that far?
No, it's actually the fires we had before over here in Santiago,
Mhm.
actual like ashes been on my car, but not surprisingly. I mean, I know it's far, but yeah, no, we haven't had any type of ashes, smoke. I
Okay.
can't smell it. A
Yeah.
little too far for the, and I think the winds too have a lot to do with it. It's just
Yeah.
throwing it out towards the
Yeah.
ocean, all that smoke
That's
going out there.
hopefully that really takes it away from, you know what I mean, the
I
city.
mean, it's just
But
not good at all to have, I mean, it's not good at all to have winds at
yeah,
such high level we've had these past few days because it just stirred up the fire. And you see the news, the embers are just, they're
right.
just like, it's like a tornado. It just,
Right. Well, I saw on the news, I think it was last night. I forget what station it was. I normally don't like kick back and watch the news, but I was watching it specifically to see.
wow.
And they said, I mean, this is, secondhand, third-hand information, something about the possibility of hurricane force winds somewhere down south could be whipping up like even stronger winds. So that's very concerning considering the fires. And then I thought about it too, and I'm like, that's crazy because this is still winter, right? This is not
Yep.
even summer.
Yeah.
That's the
So
weird part of it all, guys.
yeah,
That's the weird thing.
okay. Cholo Trucker says trucking through the smoke during the day was like trucking through night. It was really dark. That's scary. Yeah, ooh, that would feel like the apocalypse or something. Yikes.
Right. Well, you know what? A few years ago, we had fires over here. Remember, Jen? And it was hard to breathe.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it was really hard to breathe, and it just like we didn't see the sun. I think was it like a week?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a red sky. It's kind of like yellowish red skies, and we didn't see the. It was
Yeah.
bad.
It was bad. You know
Oh
what I do remember specifically?
yeah.
Because I was the fire around here. I was 9 months pregnant with Ruby. So
Oh,
it was like my due date when the fire happened and they evacuated us.
Oh, wow.
Pulled us
wow.
out. And the flames, you guys have seen the tall trees behind my house. We're climbing those trees like it was a cotton, like, a Q-tip. It was going up so fast.
Wow.
So we had to evacuate. And I just remember this one funny part. Was before my brother, went back where he is. And he was on the roof in his boxers with the water hose. I'm like, get down, stupid. We got to go. Like, you're crazy.
Right.
You ain't going to stop those flames. Like, thank God to our fire department and to God himself for shifting the winds and whatever it was, it did not touch our home, but it literally burnt right up into probably 12 feet away from our home.
Oh my gosh.
It
Right.
was very close. And there's still, all these years later, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
All these years later, you can still see like all the dead trees and things that never recovered from that. So it affects even, the nature and wildlife around you for years to come.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then,
The
so I
thing
saw
is, too, about this
the
is that the people like Jamie Lee Curtis was saying, she already had like her important stuff like passport, birth certificate. She had it all like in one area where she knows, that's where I'm gonna go first and grab what in other words, like all the important stuff.
Yeah.
Her mama, bless her soul, she taught her well, because you don't think, first of all, when there's just chaos, let alone like, what do I grab? What do I take? What do I get? Blah, blah, blah. The most important things are paperwork,
Yeah,
your birth certificate,
definitely.
your passport,
Right.
your kids. Like I have everything in one box, like one of those briefcases. I have all the girls' stuff in there, and that's just the thing that I'm going for first, and a lot of these people, they didn't have a chance, not even to grab their pets, sadly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so sad. It just hurts my heart. But I think they're only like, last time I checked was this morning, 11% contained one of them. I think there's still like 5 or 6 fires still.
That doesn't sound like too much is contained. I also, obviously they have inmates, firefighter inmates that are out there fighting the fires. And I did see it was a cute little video. A girl that happened to be driving by, she saw her brother, who happened to be one of the inmate firefighters. Wow. And somehow, some way, they got In-N-Out Burger to go out there and serve the guys. And I was like, oh, I bet they were living their best life right there, getting some In-N-Out while they were fighting the fire. But yeah, shout out to everyone that was helping with the fires. And
salute to them.
Yeah. That's crazy. But,
so we even had looters. That we had a guy that dressed up like a firefighter and was trying to go into the houses over there. Like that's real stuff right there. Like
wild. Like I can't believe the mindset of people to prey on people that already lost everything. You're going to go dig through their house. That's sick.
That's just like, that's crazy. I could not believe what I was hearing. I was like, are you kidding me? Right. Dressed up like a firefighter, telling people, like, even as cops, like dressed up like that and going and knocking on people's doors, like ridiculous.
It's a natural disaster and people feel like they got to go loot the place, I mean, it's just, wow.
Opportunist. Yeah.
I have no word for that, you guys. Like,
I was reading what Cholo and Margaret have put about the trucks blowing up. I saw videos of that Cholo put, and I was like, wow. Like, wow, those are strong winds.
Oh, yeah.
That's scary.
Very strong winds.
The wind picked up Saturday when we were coming back from where I told you guys, Temecula.
Yes.
And we did go by a big mountain. Literally, like, we see this truck just sway. I go, oh my God, that's what Cholo, I'm telling him, he puts up little
crazy videos, right?
That was just like, straight up remind me of him. Like,
every time you do that, Cholo, I say a prayer for you. Every time I see
stay safe out there, bro. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy, sis. You know what? When I see that, a big truck like that going through something, I get back and get out of the way.
Yeah. Me too, or pass them up. Like, don't stay by them. And I don't know, maybe Cholo could answer. I'm sure that they're empty, right? They're empty containers that they're hauling, but some of them, I mean, they're those.
But you know what, guys? As far as driving, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be, a few cars away from the other vehicles, just in case. And people, I mean, being over here, it's a lot smaller. There's 2 lanes. It's not as crazy as SoCal. I'll leave space in between the cars, just in case. And people, they'll cut me off and then they'll cut right in the middle. I'm like,
No,
dude, it wasn't for I mean, it wasn't for you to get in. It's
yeah.
Mhm.
even a cushion, for in case of anything. But
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've
safety
never,
drivers are
I've never
rare.
knew. Sorry, Fred. I've never really thought of a truck. They can't stop on a dime like
Oh
people
no,
think.
No.
A lot of people like
Really?
cut 'em- like you said, Fred cut them off. And when my brother became a trucker, he was telling us all the like little ins and outs of everything, and like,
yeah,
yeah, you can just stop on a dime, dude. You cannot. And like when you're letting a truck pass, you flash your lights, give them the okay. That means like you're okay to pass them, to go.
Mhm.
yeah,
You're giving them the okay, like little things, that are just
Yeah,
things to know. A lot of things.
right.
You know.
God
yeah.
willing, yes, it will rain. God
No,
willing. So
but I
let's go
think
back
the
to this
fire. Sorry.
this right here. What are your guys' thoughts on how the fire started? Obviously, wind was a deciding factor, but
Mhm.
I mean, it started in several different areas. Do you guys have any theories, or do you think it was multiple
Well, I'm sure
issues?
there's multiple ones. Well, it has to be. But I told you guys earlier about the homeless guy they caught with the blowtorch with the what do you call them? Blowtorches, like fire
Yeah.
torch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They made a citizen's arrest on this guy. You could tell. I mean,
Wow.
somebody was videotaping it. Obviously, everybody
Uh-huh.
has their cameras out, so they're videotaping the citizen making an arrest on this man with the blowtorch in his hand. Like
That's wild.
literally caught him red-handed doing that. Like
Hmm.
so they
I,
they caught him. That was one of them, and I think that was a Palisades
Yeah.
fire. I
I,
could
I saw I saw a video. I'm not sure. I didn't want to share it because I don't know how real it is or how new
Hmm.
or old this is. But it was a guy. It was a truck, and the guy in the back was almost like with with the a flamethrower, and it was just like just along the road, along the trees, just shooting all the way down the road, just
yeah.
lighting stuff up lighting stuff up. And I mean, you know what? I will say this, and I just hey, look, it's like this. This is just I'm not really a conspiracy theorist,
Yeah.
like that, but the drones,
Yeah.
right? Well, everybody's bothered, hey, look up. They're up, and then whatever else was going down here, maybe who
Mhm.
knows they were setting stuff up. And everybody's looking up on top, and it's down here. I mean, I don't
It makes
know. I
you
mean,
very,
it's kind of makes you,
yeah,
distraction,
it makes you
and it
think all
makes you
kinds
think.
of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, like, let's see, Jojo said, I mean, this is something that's going around. Some people are saying, the government could have had something to do with it. Um, and people are
Well,
saying, it's just random, issues like maybe a homeless person. I saw another video of a female doing exactly what you said that gentleman was doing. Well, not quite a gentleman. The guy was doing with the blowtorch.
Yeah.
A woman, she looked to be homeless and possibly, on something. And God bless her. She was just, I don't know why. She was lighting up a bag of garbage that was on the curb. And I don't know what could have come over her to want to do that or, why she would do that. But fortunately, people were paying attention and were recording her and stopped her right there and put it out.
Yeah.
mm,
This guy was on social media. Like I said, they had it on camera
Yeah.
arresting him.
I didn't think about this. This is interesting as well. Traffic that you guys deal with in that area of Southern California, it looks like a nightmare most of the time. And Cholo says traffic was a mess due to the evacuation that had little to no law enforcement guiding the traffic. I bet it didn't. That's a whole other issue on
well,
top of it.
they were bulldozing cars out of there because they had to evacuate and leave
Yeah,
the
they
cars
just left the
behind.
car.
Yeah.
That's just the one picture that really looked very eerie to me was showing all the abandoned cars
Yeah.
from people who were trying to get out. And really, there was no way to get out traffic wise. So they just left their cars. It reminded me a lot of that fire that took place up in Paradise, California.
Hmm.
When
Yeah.
that happened, there was a lot of footage from the news places, and our local law enforcement went up there to help, and they came back pretty traumatized from things that they saw, as far as there were cars left sitting there, and some of those cars had the remains of people in them. So that's a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot.
It's so sad.
Margaret says, I've been a tow dispatcher since 1995. My son is a cross country driver. It's scary. Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Wild.
You know, they're right now. They're blaming
Yeah.
governors. They're blaming the mayor. They're somebody dropped the ball somewhere, and they know where. They know exactly what happened. I mean, they did major cutbacks.
So what do you?
Can you guys hear the background over here? My son yelling over there, or no?
A little bit, but it's not like
Okay.
overwhelming.
Okay. Let me go. Let me go. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're just telling the mayor was out of town. She was not supposed to be gone. She was like in Dubai somewhere, and Mayor Bass, yeah, and then Gavin Newsom. So they cut a lot of the fire. They cut a lot of their people, firefighters. They didn't even have. They shut off like 2 or 3 reservoirs that had water. They didn't even have water, sis, to put out the fire in some areas. They didn't even have water in what are those called?
That's what I was going to ask you next. Like, why? Okay, that's what I heard. There was no water in the fire hydrants to put the fires out. And there was even a news clip of a woman confronting Gavin Newsom and saying, why was there not water in here? How could that happen?
Yeah,
I don't know. Did any of you guys see that and catch that?
Yeah, I did. I did.
Reservoirs.
I don't understand why there was no water in those fire hydrants.
I know.
I mean, but aren't they connected? I assumed they were connected. I didn't know you had to refill a fire hydrant. I mean, I mean, I don't know much.
Sorry, what?
You know,
You had to refill what?
the fire hydrants.
Oh yeah, they get checked every so often. I'm guessing once a year they check them to see if there's water in there or whatnot. And but this guy, I hate saying his name. I'm just disgusted by Gavin Newsom.
Yeah,
he just shut down a lot of the places where we need the water. Like they didn't have water.
Yeah,
they were taking water out of this person's pool.
That's
like literally taking water away. I'm like, are you? But the president over here gave $5 trillion right to Ukraine, and I'm like, okay, and we don't have money for damn our own.
Okay, so that's another thing. I was gonna. I'll see if that picture was saved, and then you can touch on that again. Yeah. But I did read today they're using salt water from the ocean to try and put the fires out because there was no water in the fire hydrants. And then somebody that confronted Newsom said that the reason for there being no water was because he's saying allegedly that he made some deal with tribal leaders to save like an endangered fish.
Oh yeah.
And so that's why he didn't have water. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of finger pointing to me. Yeah. So I don't know.
They're all trying to save their asses. I'm sorry, but
I really still, guys, I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, again, I don't know much. Maybe I'm late to the party, but I thought fire hydrant had a direct line. I've never. This is the first time that I've heard that you have to fill up a fire hydrant.
Yeah.
You know what? That would be like if somebody in the chat could answer, if you know, or maybe look it up, or we can look it up. Where are the fire hydrants connected to? Where is that water coming from?
They have water towers out here. They have big water towers.
Okay.
We have one out here.
Yeah, but I don't know the whole how that goes. I don't know if they connect them. They have to be connected to that water tower.
Fire hydrant in the corner from my house. That the whole time I've been here, I've never ever seen anybody going, "Oh, we got to fill up the fire hydrant." Like I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Hey, here you go, buddy. Here, fill it up." Like no, it's like it just Is it something that we're supposed to just be like, okay? They didn't feel it, like it makes
No,
zero
I
sense
remember
to me.
being little, like 6, 7 years old, and we lived where the fire hydrant was on the corner, right? And every
Uh-huh.
like once a year, the fire guys would come,
Mm-hmm.
open up that water, it would just shoot out. So all of us
Yeah,
Yeah.
were in the street, playing the street
yeah.
on the,
Yeah.
it wasn't like all day. It was like 15 minutes maybe. Sorry guys, my neck hurts.
Uh-huh.
Uh, they would just, but I don't know how they filled it up. Back then, I really didn't pay attention how the water got back in there because
Mhm.
I don't know if they did it from their truck, hooked up something from the ground,
Mhm.
like it had to have been from the ground.
This this is the first I've ever heard about empty fire hydrants. I
Same
Are
here.
we supposed to buy that story just because somebody said it? Like we're supposed. Okay, that makes sense. Like,
Well, I mean,
I
it was
mean,
Gavin Newsom's fault
yeah.
that he closed those water. He did shut down some reservoirs down here
Well,
that
it's got
held.
to, yeah, the fault land somewhere. It's got to
Yeah,
land somewhere. But
those
what's
are empty.
even what's even worse? It's like issue on top of issue.
Yeah,
What about the homeowners insurances who have pulled out of California
oh yeah,
because of
yeah,
these fires? And what
yeah,
about the people, the elderly people? Like this one
yeah.
couple, the daughter was on the news talking about her parents who were like in their 90s, had the
yeah.
same insurance for 75 years. And then just months ago, they were canceled. They lost
Mhm.
their home, everything they've ever saved up for and known, and had no fire
Mhm.
insurance. What
Yeah.
about them? What happens? Like,
Guess what?
that's
They still have to pay taxes on a house that's not there. Okay, because they're paying for the land. If they don't pay their taxes, they get
they'll take
IRS
the
is going to
property,
be.
right?
I
Yeah.
mean, the IRS is going to get it somehow,
Oh my God.
but they
So,
still have to
so,
pay taxes on their house, you guys, and
so
that's
that
just
makes sense of what Lovegrace said right now, that they're going to build a whole new city. So who's going to be able to pay for a property tax that you can't even be on or
Right.
rebuild for that matter? So
not
what
only
happens
that.
next? You
This
buy them
morning
out?
on this morning's news, it showed the president saying that he's giving $750 to the people that lost their homes. Like
Okay.
that's
So
not
that,
even a mortgage.
$750.
That's it. He said one time and one time only that this is. I'm surprised this idiot. Sorry, I'm surprised he said it twice. He said
I
they're only
got more
doing
on
this
a,
once,
I, I got more on a stimulus check.
right?
here,
I'm
right. So
saying, like,
I
Yes.
didn't watch the news, but I saw a photo of it posted and it reads Biden is giving $770 to LA fire victims. Mind you, last week he gave 500 million to
There you go to Ukraine. I know.
yeah, we can't go deep into that and I don't know enough about it. I didn't
Well,
hear it
that's
for
just
myself.
it. That's all you got to know is that he gave
Yeah,
money that belonged to us as
but that's
taxpayers,
wild.
our money to over there for what?
thank you.
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
can't help us
it,
here in the United States. Like, come on now.
that's weird to me. That's like, see all this stuff that happens. It's like, and I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it on here.
Mm.
It's like when we're here and you look up in the sky and you see this unidentified flying object or green, whatever, or blue or whatever different color of streak of light go up or whatever, and everybody kind of freaks out, and then they say, "Oh no, it's a rocket that launched from Houston. No, they're excuse me, they're testing something." We automatically buy that story, like, okay, that's all it is. We don't know. We don't know if it's just somebody and we automatically trust these people to tell us these things.
Yeah.
That the same thing with these fires and stuff. And you know what? I will say this: I did watch. I think it was over. It was way over an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Hoodstock. Shout out to Hoodstocks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Lucky and Casey went out there. Is it Casey? Casey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Casey. Yeah,
yeah. He went out there. They were out there. I mean,
yeah.
it looked bad. You know
Were
what I
they
mean?
just filming the like what happened
Yeah,
or the
Yeah, they
actual?
did.
everything.
I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
cars and stuff
He
like that.
also said, like, I used to be a fire dude back in
Oh,
prison.
okay.
So if you can use me, like he wanted to help. But he ended up just like taking pictures of the scene and whatnot. But
Okay, got it.
man,
Cholo says they're connected to, okay, so the fire hydrants are
Reservoir.
connected to the reservoirs, but the reservoirs were not filled.
yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. So that's where the water should have been coming from.
Yeah.
But
he closed them down, and what a dummy, because this was last year. And Trump was even saying, hey, you know, last year he was like, this is going to happen. What if this happens? And sure enough, it happened. Like we got multiple fires.
Right,
People-
Gaspas?
you
So
know,
the insurance taps out, and nobody fills the reservoirs. I mean, it's
saving money.
I mean, we're not like,
He wants to save money, yet they're sending money over there where we should be taking care of us here.
Yeah.
what I'm saying, it's all sketchy if you're paying insurance.
Just like
You know,
when
for somebody-
in the sea, he was out in a restaurant where we couldn't go out. Remember, couldn't leave the house.
Oh, yeah.
He was out there at a 5-star restaurant having dinner with his friends, and it was like, wait a minute, you're a hypocrite because first of all,
Yeah.
you're telling everybody else to stay inside, and now
It's
you're out there. What an example he set. So
Right.
But see, and shout out to Big D right now. Like, and that's what, you know what, that's why one guy told me one time, I'm gonna go pay my insurance on my vehicles, right? And the guy says, think about it. You come and pay this amount of money, and you leave with a piece of paper and a piece of mind. I have insurance.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. And then guess what? That money you paid next month, it's no good no more. You got to pay again,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
again, and again, and
Right.
again. And it's just,
And
But
if you
if
don't,
we don't-
fine,
If
right?
we don't, then we get a notice from the DMV saying, hey, your registration's no good.
yeah,
That's happened to me when I had insurance that lapsed. I'd get
Yeah.
a notice saying, you know, your registration was canceled. You got to pay a renewal fee plus this, that, the other. Find another insurance, put a, you know, certain amount down plus the monthly. So by the time I did that, it was like $500.
Mhm.
And it's just like a cycle that I feel like keeps I feel like it's dirty. There's a lot of these insurance, whether it be for vehicles, for homes, a lot of these insurance companies are wiling out, and it makes me not condone what happened, but it makes me question, you know, the issue that happened with that dude that took out that insurance CEO. There was a lot of angry people behind health insurance denying their loved ones. Now there's angry people.
Yeah.
With
Well, these insurance companies the fire insurance companies knew they knew something, because canceling all these people, and then all of a
That's what
sudden
Gaston
fire
said.
start, they're asked out of home insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
and
wild.
you know what? I remember my mother, God rest her soul. She was paying for life insurance, whatever it was at the time. You know, I mean, now it didn't seem like much at the time. It was a little bit more, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I remember she got really sad and was like, "Wow, they're moving and then they just canceled it. That's it. Not even a severance pay or any, you know, nothing. It's just kind of like, oh, well, thanks. You know, it's pretty much like, hey, look, it's like racketeering. You know what I mean? It's like I'm gonna protect you. I'm gonna protect you, and then you know, it's like, hey, well, guess what? That's it. I'm done.
Right.
It makes no sense. I mean,
So sad,
things are gonna have to start to change. You know, and again, like Jojo said too, like the excuse me guys, the reservoirs weren't filled, you know, that, you know, okay,
Yeah.
fine, but safety first, guys, like that's a necessity. In the event of anything of an emergency, you should be prepared. You know, people go and buy toilet paper and water for the pandemic. Shouldn't things be like real things that need to be, you know, uh filled reservoirs, so on and so forth, just in the event of something like that happening. It just makes zero sense to me, you know?
Yeah.
Everything's already coming to light, you guys, with all that, and I can't wait to. I mean,
Yeah.
we already know. We already know what we know, and you know, as far as the reservoirs go, but damn it, what was I going to say? even whoever dropped the ball, it doesn't matter. There's people without homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And then
they're
here comes the next issue.
homeless.
There's people without homes in an area that's already short of homes that are needed for rent, for sale. So there's a real estate agent that said on the news, she was showing like maybe 5 to 7 homes a day, is now being requested to show places like 70 times per day. She can't find enough homes for people to rent.
Wow.
No.
There's a woman who lost her home. Her parents lost their home as well. She had 4 little kids and her husband, like little kids. Probably they were all 5 and under, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We had already looked and called over 50 different places and can't find a place to rent.
And let's not go far from the rent thing though. You're talking about $35,000 to $4,000 a month now for
Oh,
rent.
easily,
Oh,
And
yeah.
easily.
what do people expect to live
That's
off of?
2 bedroom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
lucky.
no, it's nearly impossible to do. It worries me for personal reasons, but I'm saying like it's just like what do you think? I mean, what do you think you're doing? In these kind of times. Now, what they said, should they get relief funds? Those
In
relief funds
LA,
for
yeah, should have.
that's a disaster. I mean, I think there should be. I believe it should be. Now,
Mhm,
I
Yeah.
will say this. Allow me
yeah,
to play advocate here.
mhm.
A lot of people will say that was a lot of the homes from celebrities and high end people. At the end of the day, they're still people, you know.
Yeah.
But how does everybody feel? Oh, jeez, how does everybody feel about that?
Well, I
That
think there's a lot of people who were also not celebrities that lost their home, majority, but they're
yeah,
just not being talked about and highlighted as much. The celebrities, yeah, I mean their names catch the news and they have an audience on them, so they can just pop on their Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or whatever and speak, and people, thousands or millions of people are already subscribed to them, so they're getting their story out there. But there's a lot of people who don't have that platform that are hurting and doing without. And
Yeah.
I would hope. I mean, the celebrities, yeah, that's awful. It's
mhm.
awful to lose what you worked hard for. Whether I'm sure they had insurance as celebrities, and even if they didn't, they most likely can afford to pay for stuff. But that's not that's not cool either. But for the people that can't,
Yeah.
that's like who my heart is really,
Yeah.
going out to, is like, what are they going to do? It's already a homeless issue in California, period, and
Well,
especially in that area,
yeah.
not the Palisades specifically, but in LA,
Right.
just like there is here. Like it's just
Yeah,
But
makes it.
somebody pointed out, sorry, sis, somebody had pointed this out that these are real homeless people. Like they're homeless now, right? They're
yeah,
not your average like homeless that we see in tents and shit. Like those are a different kind of homeless people. And I'm
Mhm.
not
yeah.
downing them. I'm not, but they chose a different. Most of them, most of
Mhm.
them chose. There's a couple types of different homeless. Like some are
Yeah.
on some are addicted. Some just can't afford rent.
Mhm.
Now we got these people without homes literally because of the fires. Like that's just the tip of the homelessness that we have here,
So,
and
Right.
we
so
should be able to take care of.
no,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's all different circumstances for being homeless. There's different, like you said, there's people who suffer from mental illness, from addiction. There's people who have lost maybe the head of their household, and due to that, they've lost their home. There's people who
yeah,
have lost jobs and are homeless. It
Yeah.
goes on and on and on. But
yeah, yeah.
it's a
And
major problem.
I mean, if
yeah,
we can feed, and which is good, we feed the homeless. We give them breakfast, lunch, dinner. Guys
Yeah.
down here in Skid Row, right?
mm,
They get those things. They get hygiene. They get to go and shower
Hmm.
I think she froze a little bit.
Yeah,
or
I think
whatever.
that's
Like they have openings down
Yeah,
here.
Mhm.
Did I froze again?
For a
Yeah.
second, you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all these skyrise buildings, apartment buildings that we got going up, they're for home for they open them up to homeless like people. I mean, I remember so having to sign up for housing at one point in my life because
Yeah.
we didn't work.
Yes.
That was our choice. We didn't work.
Right.
But learning and going down, it's like, no, you gotta work. You gotta work for your stuff. And if you can't like find a way, there has to be a way to there
Mhm.
has to be a way, you guys, that these
Yeah.
guys will be able to rebuild.
Right.
And
We're going to touch on this too, but let me just read this real quick. I tried to save this photo, but it didn't work out. So I'm just going to read it. It says, if anybody is affected by the LA wildfires or knows anyone who is affected and in need of food, supplies, or shelter, the distribution center and shelter at 930 LA is full with no one in line. Please spread the word because we are in downtown Los Angeles and away from the decimated areas. We are now not experiencing the crowds like the other centers are experiencing, and our air quality is better here. So this was put out. The person that put this out is under Knoxbury Farm Annual Pass Holders Group, and the address is 930 San Mateo Street, Los Angeles. So they're open 24/7 and sponsored by Impact LA. So if there is someone who's listening and in need of help, reach out to them. It sounds like they might have some resources for you. Um, so, but yeah, do you guys think that prisoners who are fighting the fires should be compensated? Should they get equal pay, or should they be?
I
I
think
mean,
everybody that volunteers or that's going out there fighting the fires. Hey, you know what? Hey, there could be an inmate next to me. There could be whatever the case may be. There might be an inmate that's an inmate. There might be somebody that has all their ducks in a row. And
mhm.
I'm there. We're all risking our lives equally. So yeah, they should. Everybody should get paid equally. If you're risking your life that way,
yeah.
See,
I mean,
Um,
yeah,
I don't know about equal pay, but the news doesn't even. If you don't know what that big old green truck is, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah,
mhm.
yeah, yeah. The great. And you froze again. She froze again.
That green
Yeah,
truck that all the fire from. Did I freeze again? I froze on. Sorry, guys.
yeah, for a
Yeah.
second.
That the news doesn't. They don't talk about them. They don't talk about the prisoners that are there fighting fires
Yeah,
alongside with the fire.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
don't acknowledge them. That's sad, but
right.
not that they need to be acknowledged. But hey, they go to school for that.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um,
I think they
big
should
news.
definitely be, if they're putting their life on the line I realize they're incarcerated, but my goodness, they're risking their life to be out there. I mean, I'm pretty sure more than $1 an hour would be
Oh yeah,
okay, right? Like that's all right.
Yeah.
What's up,
And,
Gina?
and, and
Monica's
let's
on
keep
here. I think Monica's
let's
still
keep
on
it.
here. She was a firefighter. I know she shared her story already, but
Yeah,
she
I
was
definitely
on the front line. They put them on the front line. The
And
prisoners.
you know what? Let's be honest about something though. The inmates fighting the fires are level one inmates.
right.
Mm,
Yeah,
So it's not what most people just put everybody in a box.
yeah, they assume. Yeah,
of
It's,
course.
it's, it's, uh, but I mean, let me add this to it though. People say, "Oh, money is power." People say that. If I have
Mhm.
money, I have power. Yeah, that might be the case, but you don't have enough power to stop the fires.
yeah.
And that should humble oneself or everybody that looks up
Mhm.
to people who or idolize somebody because of something they have or because they look up to them. I am not that kind of person. I've never been to be looking up to somebody that like that. I have
Yeah,
friends, I have acquaintances, but like, hey, like, no, I could admire maybe their work and stuff, but there's a difference when you worship somebody,
yeah,
and really. and like the ground they walk on, they can do no wrong,
Mhm.
and I don't want to go too deep into that part, but I'm saying like nobody has that much power.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're seeing it happen. So yeah, I don't think that's even valid for that matter. That people look up to him and they couldn't stop that. Everybody was equal at that point.
Yeah.
You lost your home, whether you have $1 million or you have thousands
Good.
or a couple of hundreds. That's you lost your home.
Right.
You know.
Right.
You see
So
that plane that came from Mexico with all those firefighters too? They don't mention them, but they're
right.
fast to mention, oh, illegals this, illegals that. Like, come on now, you
So
know?
that
So people are coming
yeah,
in.
I did see that there were firefighters that came over from Mexico and were helping to fight the fire. So yeah, shout out to them. Much appreciation. And that is very
But that didn't make news.
no not a whole lot of news, right? I mean, I saw it on a couple local things, but
Yeah.
not like in the national news stations. Um, but there was also two, what do they call them?
Yeah.
I want to say super soakers, but I know that's a water gun, right?
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
they're like a plane basically, but bigger, better, that were being used from Canada. That was super dumpers, I think they were called, dumping water
Uh-huh.
for the fire. And somebody using a drone, some regular schmegular guy or girl out there using a drone, went into one of these super things and blew a hole in it. So it was grounded for like, I don't know how many days when it could have been being used. So there's an investigation on that as well, looking for the person who was manning that drone.
Yeah.
And there is an investigation, like we were talking about earlier, not to jump around too much, but as far as how did these fires start, there was a couple areas in different neighborhoods that had caution tape up, and there were investigative teams there, and they were riding around on their quads looking in areas and in homes. So they're onto something, it sounds like. I wouldn't want to be around whoever did this, because they're going to have a lot of hate from the community.
I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at the comment to Jimmy Kimmel's parking lot.
Yeah.
I was told to go in the park one time, and I was gonna park in there, and the guy goes, I said, okay, you don't know, $40, $40. I'll get out of here. Like, forget you, dude. Like, it just,
Really?
I said, F Jimmy Kimmel, dude. Anyways, um, no, so again, guys. I mean, I don't know, man. I think LA should receive disaster funds. I think they should.
Oh,
But
yeah.
will they? I mean, if it was done on purpose,
Yeah.
who knows? But
Yeah.
do they? Do I think they do?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
So I get it. I get what you're saying, Gas Mask, but let's see. Yeah. So Inmate lives off tax dollars free. Now they should get paid? Question mark. How is nobody seeing what's wrong with that? Well, just speaking for myself, I know that my loved one that's incarcerated ain't living free, because as a family member, we're paying for a whole lot of stuff that um, he needs. I get what you're saying. They are incarcerated. I mean, they're basically living in state buildings, right? But believe me, they're taxing the families in ways that they're getting a whole lot of money back into that prison system as well. So I don't know that. I should do some more research on it, but I know the amount of things that we're paying for as families, and not every incarcerated person has that. I get it. You're blessed if you do. It's wild how much things cost inside there.
Yeah,
It's wild how much things cost out here. I
yeah.
don't know if you guys saw or noticed, but I went to the grocery store,
Mhm.
went to go get a flat of eggs. Guess how much it
16
was?
bucks.
$30.
40.99. $40.99. And this is at grocery outlet. This was not at Safeway
Jeez.
or.
For a flat of eggs?
Yeah, I took a picture of it
Whoa.
even because I'm like,
Wow.
nobody's going to believe this. What kind of flipping eggs are these? What do they do for you? Because,
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, it was $40.99. Hey, Vision, what's up?
Yeah, you know what, guys, before we go on with that, there's people agreeing and disagreeing. At the end of the day, everybody's opinion is
Yes,
respected. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, that's just the thing.
absolutely.
It's fine.
Yeah,
That's what we're all here for. At the end
yeah,
of the day, we still move forward. You know, and love and
exactly.
respect everybody.
That's part of being the round table. We get to all share. And I love that because I learn something new all the time from the comments,
Oh
from you guys. And I mean, like you said, we can all share what we think, feel, know. A lot of things that I don't know for certain, but I like to have a discussion and talk about
yeah,
things.
yeah.
So Floyd says, let's see, back in 75, we were fighting fires. They were only paying 50 cents an hour when I was in jail. Yeah, that's wild.
Jeez.
I don't know. That's crazy. That's
I mean, I don't think they should get, my opinion, okay? I don't think they should get paid at a level where the firefighters are out here that
Oh yeah.
go for it. But $1, if they're getting $1 a day, like that sucks.
yeah.
And
Oh
they're out there.
wow. So that's a good point, though, Gas Mask. He said rehire the firefighters that were fired right before the fires happened.
Yeah.
I did hear a tiny little bit about that. There was like defunding of the fire department, so they were short firefighters as well. I mean, this whole thing sounds like a big like catastrophe. Like it led up to so many people drop the ball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But to think that they knew this a year ago, it's on the news. You look back and see what Gavin, I don't know, type in what he said a year ago
Really?
or what Trump
Yeah.
told him, and you'll see what he told him a year ago. He
Mm,
told him exactly this is what's going to happen. Not with the winds and all that, but shutting down these water towers that we had shut down.
black.
He's like, no,
Oh,
that's a wrong thing to do. You shouldn't be doing that. Like, we're going to need
Yeah.
that.
Mhm.
We're going to need those towers one day. We're going to need them, man. Sure enough, look, not only did the fires come, the winds came with them and
Yeah.
pretty much did a lot of damage because of the winds.
I mean, yeah, that's just a bad. You know,
Yeah.
it's just a bad combination of things. I mean, but when you really think about it, like Jen says, when you start putting it all together,
Mhm.
it just sounds like it was a setup for catastrophe. You know, it's like what the.
Mhm.
It was just saw the writing on the wall. You know, and then he said, "Hey, watch the drones." You know, and again, all this stuff is happening. You
Yeah.
know, right? As it all went. You know.
Right, right. So Junior says, I have a mortgage here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Rent here for a 2-bedroom is $2,400. That even sounds like a lot to me, but yeah, 4,000 in LA, he says. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But but here's the thing too, though. At the end of the day, it's what's the saying? Things are tough all over. Excuse me. I mean, at the end of the day, to a lot of people, it'll be like, oh, well, it's a lot cheaper, and perhaps it is. But the
Mhm.
cost of living, you know, to us with California wages, it sounds like it'd be a good thing, But
Right.
it's just, it's just not. I mean, it's just the reality. There's no utopia, ever. Like, I don't know. It's just sad to see, the thing that's sad is because we're seeing it happen and there's nothing we can do about it, other than voice our opinion. And I
Yeah.
mean, money can't even fix that right now
Right.
and replace a lot of those things that got lost,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know.
It's just frustrating and it's heartbreaking. I think we're all, those of us who weren't affected by it, say your prayers and be grateful and thankful. And if people are able to help, if somebody's able to pour into someone and help them in any way, definitely do that if you feel it on your heart. I'm going to see if there's some small way that I can somehow help maybe a family or something. It wouldn't be much, but it, would be something possibly,
The Airbnbs out here are housing some of the people, that
Are
lost
they?
their home.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm
it should
glad to
be.
hear that.
That's really cool.
Okay.
And I mean, hey, you know, I mean, people can do that. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, hey, look, I'll say it in a business way, and it sounds bad. But if you say, well, I'll open up my Airbnb to somebody that needs shelter, you know, you write it off in Texas, but it's you're
Yeah.
still helping, you know. I
Right.
mean,
I mean, you're doing something decent, right?
yes, yes,
Yeah. I
you
don't
Is
know,
see
the donation tax write-off? Oh yeah, that is, huh?
yeah, yeah.
It is. I think it is because when I donate to the Salvation Army, they give you a tax
the
paper.
receipt. Yeah. If they ask you, right?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you know what? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to come when it has to do with this. You guys,
unfortunately.
wherever you're living at, I say we all need to be cautious about our surroundings. Like even where I'm living, I'm looking around my home, making sure, not that you can prevent everything, but just making sure that everything's like away from the house, weeds are cut down, just keeping an eye on things because it's just crazy the times we're living in right now. And obviously, keep an eye open around your neighborhood because if there are people out there doing this, we need to be watching out for that because it's caused people to lose their, life, their home, and it's going to cause a lot of there's a lot of trauma that's going to be dealt with after this from what people have seen. So
You know, the thing too is, if I mean, I think part of it too to catch a lot of people because I see it all the time on social media. People taking boxes and stuff that are delivered to the houses, so
mhm.
on and so forth. Ring cameras are should really,
Yeah.
they're high definition now. I mean, they play a good
Mhm.
role, and
Hey, I got
the
cameras
unfortunately,
all around my place.
yeah. No, I have, but yeah, my stuff's always going off. I check, I check my,
Yeah, it's annoying, but it's necessary.
yeah,
It
yeah,
really is.
yeah. I'm looking around like, I mean, yeah, I, keep cameras around my house like Diddy. No, I didn't take that.
Oh,
Who
speaking
said
of,
that? Who said that?
what?
Anyway,
But just seriously, see, that's what we get. Speaking of all the places that happened to burn down, the house he owned there was untouched. So I bet he was there locked up praying to whoever he prays to that it would burn down and take out whatever evidence might be left. But no, the home he owned was untouched.
Wow.
yeah,
So I
that's
want to
just not good.
know, let's see, what do you guys think? I know not everybody goes on TikTok or whatever, but there's no denying it is a huge platform.
That one.
And I believe it's like the number one like social media platform as far as those type of things. Um,
Mhm.
a lot of young people have made it like it started out just basically from what I remember, the younger people were doing it. Then after the vid happened, 2020, everybody started going on it for entertainment to kind of watch the little dances, the funny stuff, the pranks.
Yeah.
And people really loved it because it kind of brought everyone out of their funk they were in due to being like distancing and stuff like that. Well,
Mhm.
if things go the way it's said they're supposed to go, TikTok will be banned as of the 19th of this month. And there's a lot of people that are very upset. There's people who are making videos, have followed it somewhat. I didn't get too big into TikTok, but I did find it entertaining recently and have been on it a little more. And you can
Mhm.
find a lot of information there. I mean, I'm talking about from homeopathic remedies to recipes,
Mhm.
things like that. So it's
Yeah.
it's interesting to me. But there are people who are making money. Like I'm talking big money on that
Mhm.
platform. So there's people who
Well,
are
the
very
new the upcoming president wants to keep it. That's what I heard.
I've heard rumors of that as well. I mean, there was even like I think I mentioned last week, there was a seller of a merchandise on there that mentioned to me she had heard about meetings that were happening behind the scenes where he's trying to work out some kind of deal to keep it from being banned, because there's a lot of money, a lot of revenue coming in to people here. I mean, do you care one way or the other, you guys, or what are your thoughts on that?
Go ahead, Denise. I'll wait.
I mean, if they're making money like that, then I would be all for it. I don't have TikTok. I heard about it. I don't. Yeah, I don't have it. But I've heard that that there's crazy stuff on there, and a lot of good and bad. And
yeah, I wonder if this is true.
Go ahead.
It says Elon already bought it. You haven't heard? I didn't hear that. So
no, I haven't either.
I heard something like that, but I didn't want to say Elon. I didn't want to say him, but yeah, him and Trump are discussing that, and I'm sure it's going to benefit hopefully all of everybody.
Yeah.
Hopefully. I mean,
yeah.
What can it hurt? There's not much to. I don't think there's much left to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, there's people on there. I thought it's crazy, right? Okay, so it's supposed like it's a Chinese-owned platform, and then last night I started seeing all these videos pop up, and it was saying like I had a lot of people sending it to me in like private messaging, like, "Oh, hurry up and go sign up to this new platform before TikTok is banned." And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" So there is this platform. Okay, first of all, here's like a little short history thing. This is interesting, or I found it that way. So, did you guys know that the CEO of TikTok right now, or unless Elon bought it, was a former intern at Facebook? So the guy who owns TikTok used to be an intern at Facebook. He even, I guess, sort of tried to sell this idea of TikTok to the Facebook guy. What's his name? Zuckerberg. And was told, no, it's not going to work. That ain't nothing. So when TikTok took off the way it did, I guess Zuckerberg came through and made an offer like, let me buy that. You know what I mean? He wanted in on it. And the guy told him, no way. Like at that point, he was keeping it. It was outdoing anything Facebook was doing. And so people are saying, I guess Facebook, Meta, whatever, has a lot of power behind it. And they think that that's one of the reasons why they're going after TikTok, as well as other reasons. But I thought it was interesting that the CEO of TikTok was a former intern at Facebook. So
yeah, that is interesting, though. I mean, I've also heard of a lot of people going after young children out there too as well.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys, but yes, everyone has opinions, and it's all good. So if I don't know, there's a company, another platform that started. It's owned by China as well, but it's called Red Note. So last night they started sending out messages to people saying, "Oh, come onto this platform, right? Join this platform before TikTok is banned." And then the CEO of that platform sends out a message on TikTok welcoming all Americans to come and join it's basically like the Chinese version there of TikTok. So it was funny in a way, but I don't know. It depends on your humor, how you can take it, right? But there were a lot of Chinese creators on there that were like clowning and saying, "Oh, welcome, you Americans. Like now you guys are desperate to, be part of the team. Now you want to be like," people were making videos back and forth, but it was most of it was in good humor, and people were able to kind of share a joke and clown back and forth. Nobody really took it to heart that I saw. But I don't know. I think if somebody bought it, they might be good.
Yeah, they might be. I mean, like I said, keep it if it's helping people, and get paid. So keep it. Why not?
Yeah. I feel like a lot of information gets out that way. And I mean, information is going to get out one way or another. So
Yeah.
it is what it
Oh, yeah.
is.
That's what it is, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure. For sure. So let's see. What do you have going on this next week, Fred? You got anything interesting coming up?
yeah, this next week, well, starting tomorrow, going back into the studio for a little bit, just for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
After that, I plan to knock out something out for my channel as well. Uh, kind of, I don't want to be as repetitive in 2025 with my channel, so bear with me, guys. That my channel will have it'll be me again talking and so on and so forth. But again, I'm bringing you guys something fresh, something new, something something to look at, something to enjoy.
Nice.
That's outside the box from here. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, hopefully I'll see some new movies. How about that? I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah, other than that, and hopefully this thing I got done today will help my current situation on my shoulder over here. But we'll see. But yeah, other than that, like I said, I'm supposed to take it easy for the next couple of days.
Right on.
So yeah, so yeah, no, that's it. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
All right. Well, there we go. Sounds like a plan.
That's crazy.
For that.
Uh,
Right. How about you, sis?
Me, Thursday, I go for an epidural shot in my back. I haven't had one of those in a while. I think it was 2000 when I got my last epidural. But I did have those blockage shots before, but not
Mm.
I don't remember the epidural, how it made me feel. So Thursday, I'm going to do that, see how I feel. And then, yeah, the weekend's already come in quick.
Yeah, it
I don't have
is.
plans for I don't have plans for this weekend, though. Not yet. It's too early to plan.
Right. Sorry, I had to check this out.
Okay.
So,
I just too want to shout out to all the people in the chat that our prayers are with you. Yep.
yeah.
For me, for
Amen.
Spank Dad, just for all our friends here on
Yes, much love to everyone. Oh, that's what I was typing some stuff too. Like, it's all cool and all good to disagree, guys. Like, we're just here for entertainment. And you know what? Things can be sometimes lost in translation when it comes to like texting or typing things. So keep that in mind. Just want to say that.
Yeah, sometimes it depends how the person feels, the way you're gonna take.
Right. I don't like I said, I missed something, whatever was going on, but much love to all of you. Hey, I'm glad.
Well, my brother texted me. It's so funny because I could hear his voice already. I could hear him, like
yeah.
I mean,
Rams were playing, right? And
you
Mal
know
goes,
what? I will say this, not because
did I freeze
because
again?
maybe some people disagree or whatever. I mean, even if they're not in the fire or whatever, we still keep everyone in prayer. That's it. Yeah.
Right. No, I'm glad. Hey, sometimes we can disagree and fuss over it a little bit. That's what family does, right? As long as we come back to it.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So let's see. Coming up this week. Wait, here we go. Cholo says that winds are supposed to pick up next week again. Yeah. Ooh, that's one thing that scares me while trucking. I would
be safe, brother.
Be feeling the same. Prayers for you while you're trucking. Mm-hmm. I know you know what you're doing, but please be careful. And I just really hope that all the truckers are safe out there and everyone else as well. Keep that in mind, you guys, when you're driving. Yeah. Junior says, good luck. My wife had 2 back surgeries and still suffering pain. Yeah, Denise.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
I don't know. I know you guys know I have a fake piece of bone in my back. It's like in between 2 discs that smashed. It's called a cadaver. It has no what do you call it? Anyways, I say fake piece of bone. It has no cartilage, yeah.
Cartilage, yeah.
That just in itself is painful. It's painful. So having surgery way back then and till now, it just still like irritates me bad.
I bet it does. Let me know, how you feel. You've had that shot done in the past, you said, right? But let me know how you do with it, because I was actually scheduled to have one as well, and I chickened out and I didn't. I canceled it. But
yeah, the epidural one I haven't gotten since like 2000, so I don't remember how I felt after that. But I will.
Right.
I will tell you this though, that I got it was called the block it or angel block, angle block, angel. I forgot how you call it, you guys, but they used to give me a different kind of shot, and those didn't help either.
Something block. Okay.
Angel block. Oh, I'll have to look it up.
This is for your back, right? Something for your back.
Yeah, it's for your back. But this is like what they give you when you're having a baby, the epidural.
Oh wow. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody has epidurals. So
yeah. But you know what? It tripped me out because they went to schedule me for it, but they said I had to go into the hospital and that I have to be put under. And I was like, I didn't know I had to be like sedated to get it. Like that, it scared me.
For an epidural?
Yeah, that's what they told me. And that my doctor only does it out of a certain hospital. That I would have to actually go to King City to have it done. So that's, that's a drive for me. I would have to have someone take me, and I got to figure it out.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor. It just sounds sketchy, though, right? I mean, I've known people getting epidurals.
Right, but this is my doctor from Monterey. Like, supposedly he's one of the best. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's just an out procedure.
Phyllis says, I'm having a shot this weekend, too. A double shot.
Here. I got a bottle of JD in my freezer right now, so yeah. I'll leave it at that.
Lifer, right? Good to see you, Sunhope. That's right, Jack Daniels. Ooh.
Yes, sir. Right on, buddy. Hey, I'm not. You know what, guys? I'm not just saying that. I seriously have a bottle right now.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was my dad's favorite. My dad liked that. Yeah. Well, I will have. Let's see. I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'm gonna do without my kid here for. I don't know. I'm gonna be like crocheting or something.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
You know what? I'm probably gonna make some videos. That's what I'm gonna do. Make some videos. I might do a little live, something to keep my attention span good for what it is. But
there you go.
Yeah, and then by the time we're here next Tuesday, fingers crossed, the baby will be here, and I can tell you guys all about that. Well, as much as my daughter doesn't mind me sharing, because I get to be in the room. Not only that, my son-in-law wants no part of cutting a cord, so I get to cut the cord.
Oh,
what?
God bless his heart. I tell you, I am so blessed. My son in love, I'll say. He is such a sweetheart. He don't do needles, blood, like he can't. No, I'll just leave it at that. But he said if he really can't do it, that I get to cut the cord. So hey, I'm down. I'm down.
Wow. You need to. I've done that. I've done that all the time.
Right?
Yes. It's part of the whole thing. You know what I mean? Hey.
That's cool.
There you go, buddy. Hey, I learned from the best.
I'm excited. But you guys stay safe out there. We appreciate all of you guys for tapping in, the conversations, the shares, likes, conversating back and forth, all that. Also appreciate you guys dropping your concerns on different topics of what's going on in the world. That helps us to sort of plan for our show for next week as well. So if you have something that we didn't touch on that you show, I might do it. I might do it.
Oh man,
I'll do it. Country like that.
Yeah.
So Drop some topics that you think you want to hear about or that you hear about, and we'll look into it for next week. But until next Tuesday, 6:30, same time, same place. Sending you guys out with much love. Stay safe. Prayers up. And we appreciate you all so much. So that's it for tonight.
Bye, guys.
Buenas noches, everyone. Have a good
No.
evening.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.